Matt, 0-0 against Salford. I think we could see a very good side. Just couldn't break them down in the end.
Yeah, I thought we played really well. Probably from half an hour onwards in the game, got in some really good progressive positions. We were just lacking that end today. Not for the want of trying. A few nearly moments, but not quite enough in that 18-yard box. But in terms of where the performance needed to be against a good Salford team, like you touched upon, I was really pleased. First 20 minutes or so, they caused us a few problems, pushed us back in and won the middle of the pitch. But then once we got a foothold in the game, it seemed wave after wave of attack. We just couldn't break them down.
First thing, concern for Sam Nombe. What's the?
Yeah, look, that's the nature of the league, nature of the beast. Obviously, on the back of the game in the week, a tightness in his hamstring area, so that's a real worry, and we'll have to assess him in the next few days. I think there might be a couple unavailable for Tuesday. That's what we are as a squad. It takes a lot out of the team physically, probably short, so with a couple of Salford players as well. So we're asking them to do an awful lot and play at a certain intensity. Whoever steps in on Tuesday has got to be ready.
Salford certainly a tall team. They've got a lot of height at the back, and they're very strong at defensive aerially, weren't they? Found it difficult with the crosses.
And I think they hit the bar and possibly the post from set pieces in the first half, so they caused us problems in relation to that. That was in that first 25 minute period where they won the middle of the pitch and got us a little bit deeper, and they were able to put the ball in dangerous areas. From that period onwards, I was really pleased with the way we played, because we were a lot tougher in certain areas. We stopped the ball out wide, so we almost stopped at the source, and then we were able to get hold of possession. Like I say, we were just a little bit short of that final bit today, but we've not been short of that too often this season, and like I say, we pick ourselves up and go again on Tuesday.
Another game we finished strongly in. I think Salford just perhaps managed to find a way to stop us where other teams haven't in recent
years. They slowed the game down really well. The referee didn't help proceedings in relation to that, not only towards the second half of the game, the whole game. It became disjointed on the back of his whistle too often. If I was getting frustrated, I was only equal by the opposition manager getting frustrated, which probably suggests he didn't have a great day. A lot of people came here today to see a good, clean game of football, and there was no malice in it whatsoever, and yet his whistle was going consistently. You just got to let the players play sometimes. So that was a disappointing factor, but that didn't contribute to the 0-0 scoreline. That just took some time out of the game.
Like you said, stop-start at times, wasn't it? It probably nullified both teams' attempts at trying to get into their groove and find
we started to find our groove. Second half performance, I was really pleased. It looked like ourselves, whether it was Sparks or Key down the outside of the pitch. We didn't quite threaten often enough through the middle. I thought Oz started messing around there, centre halves, and we started to get a little bit of joy off them, but we could never quite bypass the next layer in a central area. The chances or any creation moments were in wide areas, and they defended the box really well.
Great to see Alex Hartridge play his first 90 minutes in a few months. Great to see him back.
Yeah, and he's going to have to be ready. Czech's got to be ready for Tuesday. The way Sam Stubbs finished the game, more than likely, then we might be short another defender on Tuesday night, so a bit of pressure on that back line. But they go into it on the back of a clean sheet, and Alex has kind of picked up where he left off a few months ago. Had to be patient on the back of Czech's form and Grounds' form, but he added a physicality to our game today.
And like you said, with the clean sheet, it always be difficult when you've not played in so long, but fitted in just like he had months ago. Yeah,
he has to do that. Whoever plays for Sam Nombe on Tuesday has to do that. If we rotate certain bodies, they have to be ready to play and play effectively as well. They're not just filling gaps. So you're only as strong as your squad, and we knew this group of games would test us physically, and we might have lost another couple today, but that's another opportunity for more players on Tuesday.
I'm not sure if you've managed to see the other results yet, but that looks like a good strong point on the board as well for us in terms of other results.
I say it every time. Still, took another 12. Focus on Crawley. We can't affect what happens elsewhere. Like I say, performance-wise, I'm not too concerned. If we play like that on Tuesday night or the following week, we'll give ourselves a really good chance of winning a game of football, and we might get more ball in attacking moments. And sometimes you've got to give credit to the opposition. I think there's only possibly Hartlepool and one or two other teams who've come here and kept a clean sheet against us. It was one of those games where it just didn't quite happen for us.
I think earlier in the week you called on the fans to back the team as ever, and another huge attendance today, and that's with a smaller away crowd as well.
It's brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Like I say, I hope they don't go home too disappointed. They've got to put it in the context of where we are in terms of the group of players we've got out there. I think 5 academy products in the starting lineup again, against a team like Salford who are backed so well in certain aspects. I'm performing really well as well, and with no disrespect to them. If there was anyone holding on towards the end of the game and slowing the game down, it was the opposition.
Obviously you mentioned Sam will be out, but Pods is back as well. He's available now, and Kieran Phillips didn't play today, so the options are still there.
Yeah, we just felt we needed Ozzy's physicality, and like I say, once he got his groove a little bit more, he's been out for a period of time. He started wrestling those centre halves and giving us a bit of a platform top end of the pitch. You don't want to lose your better players, so we'll assess it. Hopefully, it was more precaution than an actual strain or a tear. Like I say, I'm as worried about Sam Stubbs as I am about Sam Nambi.
And of course, now all attention's turned to Tuesday night. It's another home game. There seems to be so many at the moment.
Yeah,
it's another
home game, another one to look forward to. Like I say, we have to keep on trying to force the play, keep on playing on the front foot, wrestling a moment in the game which is going to make a big difference. Maybe a goal would have opened the game up a little bit more today, but that wasn't to be. No problem whatsoever. We've just got to go again on Tuesday night and try and push for those 3 points.